In this session, let's keep working on our continuous delivery, trying to get TestFlight automated. And in particular, we're trying to get the provisioning profile and the certificate up and working on GitHub. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Quality Coding stream. My name is John Reed. I am a technical agile coach, a technical coach. Hey, folks, technical coach meaning I am a programmer and I work with programmers. Welcome in the stream, Grant and Mudshark and Haresh and Al, and hello, first time chatter, Yoz Turkari. Great to have you. Let's see. Let's dive in. Let's just dive in, shall we? Hope you're all well. Hope you've had an okay week. Where are we? In the grand discovery tree. Follow the orange. We're in project setup, trying to do CD, trying to automate TestFlight, trying to make a script to import provisioning, and we were testing decryption. This is where things started to fall down last time. Let me narrow it to the deploy script, which is back here. It was green because it was only doing like the build. And now we're trying to do other stuff. So it is failing specifically trying to do this muck with the certificate. And yeah, that's where we are. So one thing I realized that I want to talk about a little bit is that when you're working with a discovery tree, it's really easy, both solo and with a group, to just sort of keep pushing forward, push, put down more things, mark them green. And it's good to have either as a team, take a little time to redo the tree, or have somebody who's part of the ensemble say, you know what, I'm going to be the archivist and I'm going to clean this thing up. Hey, Dan, good to have you. So what we want to clean up about a discovery tree is that we don't just want to slap down things in the order in which we did them. We want to tell a story. You know, what is involved with this or that? And right now we're trying to, this isn't working, but what are we trying to do? Let's take a look at that. Let's see, what's the easiest way to get there? I think I'll just go to my, like that. There we go. Here we are. Oh, right. This is the deploy script, but we are running a script inside of it, right? We're trying to mess with this as little as possible. Hello, Rick. Inside of here, there's import provisioning. Okay. So this, what are we trying to do here with import provisioning? We have we encrypted the cert and the provisioning and just check them in to the repo, all encrypted. We can see what that is right here. There they are, the two GPG files. These two, the certificates and the provision. These are my secret things, but they're signed. What we were trying to do is, get them out. And that is where we are failing right now. And what I found poking around, well, before we get to what I found, let's get back to this. Let's clean up the tree. Let's tell a good story. Not just testing decryption. What are we trying to do? So we did the encrypting of the cert, encrypting of the profile. We put the secret up. And now we are trying to, let me be more specific, move, which one? The profile. Let me move profile into decrypt profile and move into place, which suggests it's buddy, yet to be done. So in yellow, decrypt the certificate and move into place. All right. So that's a little clearer already to me as far as what are we trying to do. What I found, because Junaid, up late. Thank you, my friend. Hope you're well. You go into settings under secrets. Let's see. Here we are. So here's the secret. If I try to look at it, you see nothing. All you can do is update it. Nobody can get it back out. That's the nature of the secret. And I thought, wait, is this an environment secret? Because this here is an environment variable. So how is this? Shouldn't this be an environment secret? So when I clicked on this, I thought, no, because it's asking me to set up an environment. That's not what I meant. And then I went back and looked at a project where I'd done all this before. Let's go into the deploy. Where is it? Here. Look at that. Here's a thing that says, as part of the YAML definition of the action, it says, and for environment variables, grab this out of secrets and let's name it that. That's what I think we need. Let me just grab this. That needs to go into the deploy like that, except with proper let's see, am I doing 2 indents? Got to get the indents right in YAML. Like that, I think. So there, I think this is the key. Something else I want to do is list. We have a few echo statements, and I want to separate them because I want it to be clear. So let's add an echo, kind of like that. List profiles. There. I want each step. You need to set the env secret before import provisioning. Question mud shark. Does that mean before the run? And maybe it would be clearer if I did. The import script is using the password. Yeah. Yeah, that's this one. However, well, let's try and see. Hey, first time chatter. Ed Nirch, do you prefer storing stuffs on cloud or hard drive? Well, it depends, right? Oh, I'm sorry. I just said that really snarkily as the both honestly and snarkily because that's how you know you become a senior engineer is when that's the first answer you give to a question. It depends. I mean, I've got secrets that I keep stored away in my password manager locally, and so I need them there because any secret I put out at this level oops, this is the wrong one. This one. Yeah, okay. So any secret I put out here is write only. I can update it, but I can't ever get it back, which means if I ever lose it, I guess it's no big deal. What I have to do then is go through and establish a new password, but that means signing everything again, and so it's kind of a pain. So I guess my answer is not it depends. My answer is I keep them locally in a secret manager, and I keep them remotely also in a secret manager, but I can access the local one, and I can't really access the remote one except to update it. I can never get it back out because that's security. So let's try these things. So this is, we've changed this and added some lines here around separating the steps, just to make it clear. Hello, first time chatter for RGON. We are using SOPS, I don't know what that is, to store encrypted secrets in a Git repo, and we can restore them as we need. Oh, interesting. Argon, I getcha. Okay. Sorry, I can't read lead code. Well, that's cool. So, I guess the answer is, if you can think of it, there's a tool for it. And if there's not a tool for it, you could make one. Good to know. All right, let us push these up. And we are making environment non-code changes that affect development setup. So this comes in. That is true. Good point, Argon. It's good to know what your options are. Otherwise, you end up with the hammer on everything. Thank you. So this is what would I say? Attach secret, add secret, access secret. It's good to start a Git message with a verb. When this is committed, it will what? It will access secret as environment var. Let's try it. Boom, 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 boom. The time of truth. And the deploy currently is manual. So I'm going to run it because the build's going to take care of itself, whatever. And it doesn't really update very well. I have to hit refresh. Yeah, that's a question. If it's sequential, those commands, or if it is basically a bunch of parameters for a single command. And my hypothesis is that it is a single command with parameters. Okay, I'm hitting refresh again because it didn't work. Shoot. Wait, import provisioning. Hey, I forgot. It's doing this other stuff. But look at this. We start by saying list the profiles. We have none. And we move the profiles and we say list the profiles in that folder, and it looks like it worked. Boom. So let's celebrate that. Hello, first-time chatter. You are bothering my channel with a promotion, the price of blah, blah, blah. No idea what you're even talking about. So, goodbye. All right. So this worked. Hooray! The thing that's confusing me is that we're continuing to do this, and this isn't going to run. This is not going to finish until the rest of it is done. I'll leave it in place because now's the rest of it. Mark that green. On to the next one. Decrypt the certificate and move into place. Now, the first one was kind of easy. It just has to go into the profile, just has to go into this location. We list the contents before and after, and that proves to me that it's in place. The next one's a little messier because it's got to add it to the keychain. And this is something I don't want to try locally because I don't want to mess up my keychain. I could probably, if I weren't streaming, set up a new account maybe and switch to it. Sometimes it's just easier just to say, you know what, let's just do it. So this is decrypt the files. I'm going to add a little bit of comments. You know, chat settings lets you show little icons for Instaban in chat next to each name. No. And yeah, it looks like it makes a new keychain. I am usually not a fan of comments. To me, comments are, we say comments are deodorant covering up a smell. Scripts often, until you rejigger them, if you decide to rejigger them, like scripts can get long. And I'm not sure I want to extract this to its own script. I don't think it makes sense to have it. So this is like decrypt the files, move provision profile into place. And this looks like it is move certificate into keychain. So what do we got? What's it do? The magic stuff. It looks like it creates a keychain. Let's wrap this thing. How do I wrap? That wasn't what I wanted. Is it on the view? Word wrap. There we go. Let's make sure we're using the right names for things. Like this is App Store certificates. No, it is certificates. Like that. So what's it doing? Let's learn a little bit about the work that Jeroen went through. This is all based off of this fine blog post. The blog post itself is a little sparse, so he actually has a link down here to a place where he gives a talk at Cocoheads NL, Cocoheads Netherlands. So we're decrypting. Back to us. We create a keychain. This looks like the keychain's password is empty. Argon, people who have been here before, I promote so that you can post links. You, unfortunately, since you're new, you won't be able to post a straight up link. You could spread it out and we can reconstruct it if you want to share that that tool you use. HyperCloud. Yeah, okay. I'll check that out. Check that out later. So it looks like it creates a new keychain called build keychain with an empty password. It imports this thing. No idea what this is. Thanks, Argon. Stuff. It does stuff to import it. And I don't really understand what all it's doing. But then we're going to, again, this is a good thing I've learned from Jeroen's example is print stuff. Here, instead of echo, this looks like it's going to say, let's list them to make sure they're in place. Aggregate, possibly. Type. I suppose this is a type. Security. It then says the keychain I just made is the default keychain. Unlock it. The password is nothing. And then some magic. And magic is only code we don't understand, right? Set key partition list. Apple tool. Oh, I think what this is doing is it is setting up something about the keychain and saying that when an Apple tool tries to access this, give it permission. Take care, Junaid. Have a good day. Have a good night. Yeah. All right, let's try. Let's give it a go. Maybe we'll be lucky. We change this name and let's have a go. Yeah. Okay. So I'm not going to bring up the whole thing. I'm just going to say attempt or attempt, unfortunately, because when you're dealing with a remote system, you never know until it gets through. But let's just be bold and say install certificate in keychain. Here we go. Ba-dum. Let's go. Back to our manual. Run, refresh, and digging in. Let's see what it does. Again, with GitHub, apparently it doesn't really refresh on its own all the time. So it's done these other things. Import provisioning. Here we are. Ooh, look at this. List profiles. There's the provision, identity imported, keychain blah, bunch of junk. The script, yeah, let's see. Hey, is it doing it? Yeah, I think what's going on is the password is empty string. We set it up, we say unlock it, but maybe this then is giving access to Apple, specifically saying, so please don't prompt for a password. It's unlocked, is my guess. Because otherwise you would have to say the password is nothing, empty rather. Let me refresh and let's see what. Oh, it's green. We archive succeeded. Okay. Ta-da! All right. And part of a discovery tree is to say, okay, well, then the next step is, because unlike top-down planning, where you try to get everything laid out so that you can get like proper estimates, that is a waste of time. It'll give you a number. It'll give you a rough number that is wrong. Now, that rough number that is wrong might be useful enough for what you need to be able to say, this is bigger than that. And that's all it could tell you. This task is bigger than that task, as far as you can guess. But the nice thing about a discovery tree is it's like, okay, what's the next step? Shoot, we've got something. We've now done the build to make the archive, but there's one more step. upload to Apple. We need to, App Store Connect user. Oh, I'm going to have to put these in there. All right. But let's celebrate for a second. Woo! We have a successfully built and signed an archive and exported it so it's in a place. All we have to do is upload it, we think. So, App Store Connect username and password. Right. If we solved the exact same problem twice, well, we wouldn't, that's not what we get paid to do, right? So much of software is kind of unsexy. At least the stuff I do. I'm not working in computer science, heavy analysis with, massive algorithms that somebody invented. Most of what I do, most of what my clients do is they're just trying to wire up so that system A talks to system B. Stuff gets from one end to another, and that includes on the mobile app. The thing with a mobile app, for most mobile apps, is that it is a glorified JSON processor. It reads JSON, you do some stuff, and that's going to send JSON back. So it's not sexy, but we do have to iron through the problems. And part of documenting this is that it'll be easier to do the next time, right? So we need to upload archive to Apple. And to do that, I actually need to set up those passwords. How did I do that? App Store Connect. Yeah, I seem to have them over here. This is for the other project. I guess that's just going to my thing, right? And into App Store Connect and giving the same username and password. So let me see if I can't get those on the side off where you can't see it. And so to do that, grab these two names. Let's come here, just settings, secrets, new secret, where the first one is going to be, and don't worry, I've got my password manager is excluded from the clipboard. So username first. Let me swoop this out of the way. There we go. Hang on while I get my name. And my password. How is it going to work without two-factor, I wonder? All right, let me pull this back. Is there a way in Safari to say, I dragged this tab out and I want to pull it back as a tab? I don't know if there's a good way to do that. Anyway, here we are. App Store Connect, password and username in place. And where is this upload happening? So it's happening in here. I'm just going to copy that. Add another tab to the single view. Oh, all right. Let me try that. Add another tab so I get the tabs. Then that gets me that one. Thank you. Nice trick. Very good. All right. So back here, or rather back here, what have we done? We have set up Xcode. We import the provisioning that worked. We export that works. And now let's see if we can't do this, except this will be, what is the name of it? Is it Github IPA? We should be able to see it, I think. Actions. Build and export and exported Git inbox to that looks suspiciously wrong, doesn't it? Git inbox derived data IPA as opposed to yeah, I think I'm missing something. Oh, that's just the folder. Okay. Exported Git inbox. Git inbox app. Hang on a second. Let me look in this other one. The first time it may be hiding it. Okay. All right. Then let's try it. Let's see if this will do it. Git add and upload archive to Apple. Huh. Maybe. Are you feeling lucky? Let's mark this as in progress. The secrets from are used because they're not used in a subscript. They're only used at this level for this command. So they don't need this extra wrapping, I think. Rather, they're used right here. So, how will it go? Let's find out. Do need to trigger it still. That's something to do once it's working. Something else to do. Alrighty. I do wonder about that, Al. That's usually how it works with things that need two-factor is like, yeah, okay, here, come, basically, come through this system, sign in, and get a password. So that is a possibility that this will fail on that front. Refresh, because I don't believe it. Yep. It seems to be working. So when I did it manually, I'm signed in, Haresh. This is the first time we are attempting it all the way through. Let me refresh again. And no good. Let's see what it says. Unable to generate an Apple Connect token at this time due to a general error. Failed to get authorization for username and password. All right. Now we see if Al was correct. What is... Let's do a little web searching here. Password. App-specific password. What's that? Oh, okay. Bing, bing, bing. Al for the win. The other app, deploying recently, I doubt it. I'm sure I turned that off. It was a while ago for a class, and I haven't taught that class. Oh, there's an ad I can do. We go to industriallogic.com under community public workshops. I am setting up to do the next round of this industrial iOS development workshop. Good thing I'm going through all this with you guys. Although I think in the end I skipped deployment for this workshop. Anyway, this is here. Let us figure out how to set up an app specific, and let's put that in the tree, huh? Set up app specific password. Let's find out how we do that. I'm gonna stick this in the chat just so folks can get at it. All right, log in, Apple ID, generate app-specific password. Well, that's why I had my login here. How do I... Wow, where do I do that? Is it under app? Hmm. Secrets in env were uppercase. Oh. That's interesting. I guess it doesn't matter, but I agree. I don't trust it. I'd rather have it be the same. I doubt that's enough, though. I rather think we're going to have to go through with Owl's route, but let's do that too. It's better. You keep things consistent. Consistency itself is not the goal. The goal is to reduce at least reduce our cognitive load, even if the machine is fine with it. Otherwise, we could format our code like crap, right? Let me check that in. Security section. Thank you, Haresh. You are the master of this stuff. And Dan. Let's see. Change. All right. Let's see if we can do this. Security section. I'm going to click on Dan's link here. Sign in the sign in and security section under Apple ID. Oh, okay. Here, I thought it would be under, that's why I couldn't find it. I thought it was under developer stuff. One account, sign in. Let's move stuff out of the way. Hang on. Here, pull it out. Move it over. And give it the good old sign in, which asks for the code. Okay, let me move this back. Oops. Sign in and security. Account security. What was it? App specific passwords. Here we are. I guess I add an app specific password, and then what does that do? This is I'm going to call it Apple Ideas, AL tool. Something I need to make this a little more obvious. AL tool for or maybe just Apple TestFlight upload. That might be good enough. All right. I need a password. Yeah, I'm not sure either. Let's go through this and see how this is going to work. Hang on. Oh, there's my other one. Making a password right now. Hang on just a second. Talk amongst yourselves while I sort this out. I want a memorable password that is sure, I'll just use that. Oh wait, this is asking for my current password. Duh. It gives me an app-specific password. I don't get to choose it. Okay. All right. Having done that, let me now try going back to... How does it know what that app-specific password is for? Like what it's useful for? What it can do? I don't see how to say... I don't know. Let's find out. Back here in settings, I'll come to secrets and come to the password, and I'm going to pull this out. And update it. And now it has been updated. What will it do? I don't know. Let's have another go. Bum, bum, bum. I'm out of coffee. That must mean we're almost at time. I try to keep these sessions to roughly an hour because of life. See, what I don't see is how this is going to get into AL Tool. Do I need to do it once manually? That's what doesn't make sense to me. Because it says, enter this password in, this is what the Apple says. It says, your app-specific password is blah. Enter this password into the password field of the app you would use to sign into. Maybe that's how it associates it. It's like it's waiting until it's used. And then it says, that is the association? Question mark? Apparently not. Let's look again. Boop, 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 boop. Web service request. Generate a token. Yes, please. Web service response. Status. Hey, status 200. No error. I think that is progress. And then web service call, generate Apple Connect token, result blah, bunch of stuff we don't understand. Session auth, web service call to create a transporter. Authenticate for session. This is definitely, how far along in the GitHub minutes at the moment? Is the free tier enough for this use? It has been for me. That's a good question because my personal GitHub is and remains on the personal free use. So I don't know the answer to your question. Like, do they start charging me, or do they start throttling me? What I would expect is that they throttle me because I haven't given them any payment in anything. Let's keep going and see why it failed. Authenticate for session, 200. 200 is good. Blah, 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 blah. Web service call, another one. Well, I don't know. And the scroll bar is still got a long way to go here. But it has definitely made progress. Request. Post. Allowed platforms. Thank you, Dan. Again, a 200 for whatever it's doing. Lots of back and forth. Request. Look up software for bundle ID. AL tool. And the response is 200. What's going on? Request should use features. Again, but this tool is really chatty, isn't it? There seems to be a lot of back and forth. 200 for whatever that is. Well, this is an interesting message. Check this out. AL tool has been deprecated for notarization, and starting in late 2023 will no longer be supported by the Apple Notary service. You should start using Notary Tool. Oh boy, I have to figure out how to do this. I'll reach out to Jeroen and say help. I'm going to make a note of this one because that seems important. Is it? You got me, Al. I don't know. We're getting towards the end of the scroll bar. Posting what? Request create container. Asset upload. I feel like finally it's like, yes, I want to upload my stuff. Asset upload. Whoop, 409. Here we go. Okay. So it got through all that and failed on asset upload. Let's see if it tells us anything. The provided entity includes an attribute with a value that has already been used. I know what this is. Bing, 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 the version. The version number. All right. Well, I consider that a victory. So, this is done. But we need to Set the version number. So that's where we will continue next time. Yay. I feel like this is like what, the third session on this, and it is taking a fair bit of time. But this one felt like, yeah, we're starting to click along. So this is good. This is good. I'm a happy man. All right, we are getting closer. It's so tantalizing. And I do think that after all this, it will be nice to try again using Xcode Cloud and see how it goes. I expect a lot of the stuff we've done may be useful. We'll see. We'll discover what it's like. But thanks for coming along for the ride, all you folks. And it's a smaller crowd because, you know, this is grunt work, but I think this is the necessary good grunt work that is good for iOS developers to learn, good for me to learn, to become a little more familiar with what's going on inside of there, what is inside of the magic. All right, thanks for joining. For those of you who are watching after the fact on YouTube, hey, thanks. If you've come this far, congratulations. Give it a like and a subscribe for sure, huh? And we are laying foundations for good stuff. Thanks to all of you for your help and your input. And I'll see you next week. Take care.